Hello guys, what is up? It's ItsAnnaLouise and little miniature Tilly here. Today's video, if you cannot already guess by me holding little miniature Tilly, is about axolotls, and I'm super excited about this video. A lot of people have been asking me to make more axolotl videos, and I've done so much research on them, especially before taking in Tilly, and I learned so many cool things about axolotls. And I know some people probably don't even know what an axolotl is, so I thought today's video, to kick off the plethora of axolotl videos that will come in the future, I thought that I would tell you guys all about what an axolotl is and the myth, like the little legend behind how the axolotl came to be. And I think that it's an awesome story. So that's what I'm gonna be telling you guys today, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright guys, so if you don't know what an axolotl is, I have one right in here. She's hiding. She needs to come out of hiding to say hi to you guys, but obviously I can't force her. But an axolotl looks a lot like this, and I will insert pictures on the screen. But an axolotl is basically a salamander that never fully grows up and always lives in the water. That's pretty much what it is. A lot of people think that they are salamanders, but they are very close to them. And a lot of people may think that, oh, they're gonna stop looking like that and they're gonna change into a salamander or a type of lizard, but they don't. They completely stay aquatic for their whole entire lives, and they are literally an amazing pet. They're so awesome and they are so cool, and they have so many cool things to them. So like I said, an axolotl stays aquatic its whole life. It never turns into a lizard, never comes out on land. An axolotl is actually closely related to the tiger salamander. Now, at the early ages in a tiger salamander's life, it looks very closely to an axolotl, but they are just not the same. They are in the same family, but they are not the same. So when you look at an axolotl, it actually has feet, of course, so that's how it swims in water. It is not a fish. And then you also see the adorable gills on its head. The frilly little things all over the axolotl's head are its gills and are a very vital part of the axolotl. Another thing about the axolotl, which is extremely cool, is that they can regenerate their limbs. So basically, just like if you see a lizard and sometimes you can pull at its tail, like if you tried to catch it and literally pulled at its tail, the tail would come off and grow back. That is what happens to an axolotl. So basically, if you were to cut off a piece of its tail or something like that, it will grow back, which is awesome. Don't go out and do that. But if something like that happened, if it got in a fight, if just, I don't know, if it got ripped on something and it got cut off, the limbs will grow back. And that is amazing and just crazy as all get out, and one thing that makes axolotls extremely awesome. So anyway, you may be asking, where does an axolotl come from? Well, unfortunately, very sadly, they are critically endangered. They come from a few various different lakes in Mexico, although now, because of them being so critically endangered, they are only in one lake. And I will leave the name right here. I'm going to attempt to pronounce it by Google giving me the pronunciation as Xochimilco, but they're in that lake. And there's like barely any. They have just became lesser and lesser throughout the years due to urbanization. So basically, in Mexico, people are pretty much ruining the lake and building buildings and making it more of like a city, just like the name where they come from, which is in Mexico City. They are making Mexico City more of a city and ruining the lake. So these axolotls have no place to live, and it is rare that you will really ever will even find one in the lake anymore. And it's super sad, but at least in captivity, they are breeding them very fast and very frequently, and they are trying to keep them alive through captivity. So in captivity, they're doing good, but in the wild, they are not. And a lot of people have like rescue centers in Mexico where they are just constantly breeding these axolotls and trying to keep them alive and growing and keep on producing them. So it's pretty awesome that you can only find them in Mexico City. Literally nowhere else in the world in the wild could you find these. But like I said, it is sad because they are becoming extinct. It is very sad. But at least in captivity, we have these beautiful animals and are able to have them. And the crazy thing is that they can regenerate their limbs, which scientists and people are studying and studying and studying, because that's cool. So now that you know a little bit more about what an axolotl is, let's get into the urban legend about where axolotls came from. So I learned this from a National Geographic video, which I will link down below in the video, because this is where I learned everything from, and I just thought it was so awesome, and I thought it would be amazing to tell you guys. So basically, many years ago, and I mean thousands of years ago, in Mexico, according to the legend, there were many different gods. So one day, these different gods were going to sacrifice themselves for the world. Now, they were literally going to jump in fire and kill themselves. Sacrifice themselves. So there's that. And there were two brothers. One brother and then the brother Axolotl. Name sound familiar? Yeah. So that second brother, he decided that he didn't want to kill himself. He was not about to sacrifice himself. That life was not for him. He did not want to die. So he basically refused to jump in the fire and kill himself. Now, Axolotl's brother got really mad at him. He was like, why are you not doing this? This is what you're supposed to do. We are all doing it or going to do it. Like, this is your place. This is what you are supposed to do. So Axolotl still wasn't having it. So what he did was he went to the water and changed himself into an axolotl. You guessed it. He turned himself into this water monster and jumped into the lake in Mexico to escape having to be sacrificed. So when Axolotl's brother found this out, he was extremely mad, but I guess he just got kind of fed up and was like, okay, well, I'll spare you from being sacrificed, but you get to live in a world of darkness. So basically, that's what happened, and the god Axolotl lived in the water as an axolotl for, I guess, all eternity, or I don't know if gods die or not, but that's what it says. So I guess he bred, and there became all of the axolotls, which is commonly known as a water monster, a water dog, or a walking fish. Those are the three common names for an axolotl. And I'm pretty sure I did read that, like, the "a" part in axolotl is water, and then of course Axolotl. So like I said, they can be called water dogs, but they are also confused with a different type of water dog, if that makes sense. There is the water dog that can turn into the salamander. Like I said, axolotls stay in this stage their whole entire lives. And one more thing to note about axolotls is that they come in many different colors or types, and it's awesome. It's really cool. Of course, my axolotl, if you have seen her, or if you haven't, her name is Tilly. This is a little replica of her. She's hiding. She's hiding because she apparently wants to be camera shy, so that's cool. But she is a leucistic, which means that she looks pink. And I love those. I love all of them, but of course I was like, I want a pink one. And there are ones called albino that have the albino eyes. They can also appear pink, but they do look a little more yellow. There is your melanoid type, and you also have your wild type. And there are literally a lot of different types. There's also a type called chimera that they literally have a perfect line down their back that separates their body, and each side is a different color. There also is some called GCP where they have this different kind of thing in them that can make them glow under certain types of lights. There are so many different kinds because these are easy to breed and they produce tons of babies, which is why they are doing good in captivity, which is great. But yeah, you guys, that pretty much completes this video. I really just wanted to kick off axolotl videos with what they are, because I do plan on making more axolotl videos in the future. So let me know like what you would like to see down below. I do want to do a care guide for them and things, so I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about what an axolotl is and then their little legend behind how they came in existence. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe, which you can do by hitting my face right up here, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right over there. It would mean the world to me if you would do so, and I hope you guys have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.